I don't think there's any secret now. If you follow girls soccer even remotely at the regional or national level, you know who our number one team is going to be, and that is out of New Jersey. It is Northern Highlands. 88 games unbeaten for Northern Highlands, number one ranked team in the country, with the game of the year in girls soccer out New Jersey, and that is Northern Highlands and IHA. Top two ranked teams in our tri-state poll. This game had as much skill and speed as you may ever see out of a girls soccer matchup. The number one team in the country. Just watch the first half alone. You get to see the skill level and the speed these two teams play. I want them to look and see what the number one team in the country looks like.
Madison Kahn, I think, is a dynamic individual and a dynamic soccer player. She played every single position on the field for us in the fall. I don't think I've had a player in 12 years that has played every single position, including goalkeeper, including our back line, middle of the field, forward. Literally played all 11 positions for us this year. That says something about how dynamic she is as a player. As a person, I think she brings a lot to the table. She's a leader. She was a captain her junior year for our 2014 squad. Will continue to be a leader next year as a senior for the 2015 season. She's respected by her teammates and her coaches, and I think she has an awful lot to offer as a player and as a person. One of her greatest strengths is that she is versatile, and I think that she still has the potential to grow and develop as a player. She has developed and improved throughout the last couple years, and I think she's a player that we still have not seen the best from yet. And with that said, I think that because of her versatility, because she's so open-minded, you know, she's a coach's dream in terms of this is the position you're going to play today, and she's willing to do that. She's a selfless player, so I think she's willing to learn, she's selfless, and she's versatile, and I think that that's something every coach appreciates. You know, our program's been nationally ranked the past couple years. In the fall, we started out as being the number one nationally ranked team, and Madison's been a part of our program for the last 3 years. Going into her senior year will be her fourth year on varsity. It's a program that had an 88-game unbeaten, set a New Jersey state record. You know, I think playing in a program of that caliber and playing around the players that she's played with and around, including two national team players, I think that just helps you improve. It also raises the level of your game because of the demands of everybody else around you. And I think that as a player, she's gotten better throughout the years being around those teammates and playing for such a competitive program. Our program plays at a very competitive rate. We play very quick. You know, I think that our program is comparable with some at least smaller college teams. And I think the experience that these players have within our program and the competition around New Jersey certainly helps them at the next level. You know, just looking at the pool, the player pool in terms of these teams that we've competed against, Colton Neck in a state final, Roxbury in a state semifinal, IHA in a county final, you know, these are some of the top recruits coming out of the state of New Jersey and including the nation. I mean, you're looking at players for Colton Neck. 2 players on their roster play on the national team. 2 players from Northern Highlands plays on a national team. So there's certainly a high caliber of play coming out of New Jersey, particularly the teams that we play against. You know, I think Madison's almost like an unsung hero. You know, she's a player that you really, really want out on the field all the time just because she offers something that other players don't. You know, again, going back to the player pool and some of these players that are nationally ranked, you know, maybe she's not a top 5 national recruit, but she brings something else to the table, and she changes the game as soon as she comes onto the field, and she makes us a better team. She makes her teammates better players. She also makes them, you know, better teammates in terms of being selfless. You know, she's a player that will do anything and everything for the benefit of the team, and I think that's a characteristic that all coaches appreciate, and it's something that we all value. And going into next year, senior captain, it's her last year. She's been a part of the program for 4 years. You know, I only expect great things from her. I think Kahn's one of our most dedicated players when it comes to making sure that she's ready to go August 11th or August 12th or whenever our start date is. You know, she's involved with club soccer, she's involved with track, And throughout the summer, she follows our summer workout every single day. She's up at the track. I'll come up here some days during the summer and I'll see her working out, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's up at the track, and she's following every single thing that we put on the summer workout to a T. And, last fall she came in probably the best shape that she's come into our program in. And, it's a credit to her just putting in the work and seeing the benefits afterwards. Another positive characteristic for her and as a player is that her level of play, in terms of how quickly she can play, her work rate, and the level at which she plays at. I think that she's definitely one of our most fit players. Her level of play is quick, and she's able to keep up with the pace of the game, and that all has to do with, what you put in your off season and getting prepared for coming in the fall. Madison's a very, very strong student in the classroom. It's a priority for her. She excels in the classroom, and she's consistent across the board. If you look at her grades, it's not that, she does well in some classes and poorly in other classes. She's consistent across the board and doing well in all her classes. She's a participant in her classes. She's not just sitting in the classroom soaking in all the knowledge. She's willing and able to participate in classroom discussions. She does well, with her grades and her transcripts. Madison Kahn is a diamond in the rough, and I truly think that any college coach that gets her is going to be lucky. Her work rate, her attitude, her selflessness, her competitive nature, I think that she has so much to offer, not just on the field, but off the field. She's a player that often volunteers in the community as well, and that's another characteristic that coaches appreciate. It's a dynamic person, it's a dynamic player, and as I said, I think she's a diamond in the rough.
Number 7, Madison Kahn.